Hi friends, Quinn here. PTSD while black. It's been a while since I've made a video. It's been a weird kind of week and a weird kind of day for me. Just like emotionally, like what the hell. I always hate the glare on my glasses. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's the meteor showers and the new moon and Mercury's retrograde and Mars was around or something. I don't know. Well, no, I do know. I do know. I can definitely speak to, like, I've been in a lot of pain this last month. My lower back has been hurting me a lot. I'm doing physical therapy, and I think one of the exercises is kind of hurting my lower back, so that might be it. Or at least I can feel the pull, or I have to sit down every time we do this one exercise. So I'm thinking that's what's going on. But then so there's physical pain, and then in the course of a month, I've tackled discussing the rape, processing the rape through EMDR therapy, with my that's for PTSD. And my husband and I started going to couples counseling to address some stuff that had happened like 3 years ago. It was so funny because like it was like disclosure day happened in June of 2015, and then the car accident was July of 2015. So we've never really discussed like those emotions and stuff from um, the things that had happened in June. And now, I guess now that I'm starting to heal a little bit more, or at least I'm being able to manage and accept my pain a little bit more, because I think there's some things that just aren't going to heal, um, or it's going to take a long time. But anyhow, we're going to couples counseling to be able to kind of just be able to air the stuff out and talk about it. So it's like in 1 month, I've been doing like a whole lot of emotional lifting. And my friend died um 2 months ago, so there was just like all this stuff, just all of this stuff, um in the last couple of months. So no wonder why I have been like crazy. Sum it up, crazy. um been in a lot of pain, and I really do feel like, as someone who lives with PTSD, that the body does keep the score of all the emotional things that I'm not addressing, or that I'm not really talking about. And so I think that's kind of why my back also is probably hurting me a lot more than it used to. I'm having the symptoms I'm having with my back are kind of like the things where earlier in the car accident, I'm losing feeling in my feet again, that kind of stuff. So I'm not happy with it. So I'm just doing. I have to do exercises just to be able to get out of the bed to go pee to that room over there. It's crazy, but yeah. So there's like a lot going on, and I found myself this week. Well, this past couple months, I have been playing Sims more than I think I would have normally. Um, because it helped me with processing my friend's death, and then dealing with these big emotional things. I think I vegged out and played Sims more than I normally would have. And so I think it was Saturday, after our couples meeting on Friday, that my husband's like, yeah, sometimes you just go away when you're playing Sims. I'm like, yeah, you go away on your phone and you're playing games too, and I feel lonely. So I'm like, okay, consciously choosing to not play a video game and to be here, but we still suck at communication. And so I still feel lonely. And what was interesting is, like, on Saturday, not playing games, and I'm not binging, and I'm not doing self-injury. Um so I'm like, I don't have any of those distractions that I would normally do to cope with things. I just started crying on Saturday because it was like I was starting to feel all of my feelings. And I can definitely say, since the concussion, I feel my feelings a whole lot more. Um, not more, they're more intense. My feelings are much more intense since the concussion, because I guess it messes up something with the frontal lobe processing duty, dooha, doohickey, hoo-ha. I don't know. But I just noticed that like with my friend's death, it just felt so, the emotions around that felt so severe. And with dealing with information from Disclosure Day, and all my friends on Facebook know about it, um, that was so severe. And I haven't felt those emotions for 3 years. I haven't processed those emotions for 3 years. Instead, been dealing with pain in my back and not being able to walk and not being able to feel my hands and feet for 3 years. So now that some things are coming back, it's like, oh, okay, it's very intense. And yeah, and also it's PMS this week. Okay, so everything's intense this week. But Saturday was just like, oh my God. So today I've kind of like made it a point that I was going to spend a good chunk of my time singing, because that's one of the coping tools that my therapist has me doing in for coping with PTSD, is to sing. So that's kind of why my voice is like this, because I've been singing all damn day, but no, I've literally been singing for like the last hour and a half, just straight. And it's been good. It's been helpful, I think, to just sing and get it out of me. Um, yeah, because I had a jacked up moment this last week. Okay, so I'm still having the seizure symptoms, by the way, but they're just not as severe. I've stopped playing video games. I've stopped watching my husband play video games on the TV. And I've been more mindful of making sure I have plenty of water and some kind of protein in the morning. Um, and I think that's helping a little bit to curb the severity of the sensations. I still occasionally, this last month, I've been having that weird thing of like smelling the scent of, if you hit your nose, that ozone kind of scent. I don't know. That still shows up, and it's kind of a warning for me to like, hey, make sure you drink water and make sure you eat. And it happens more when I don't get enough sleep too. I'll tend to get that. So yeah, this week, for the last 2 months, I've had an appointment scheduled to meet this week with or last week actually, with a neurologist. Made the appointment back in late June, mid to late June. And they called me on Wednesday. The appointment's on Friday. Called to cancel because, oh, the neurologist is going to a conference. So we have to reschedule you for October. I'm like, okay, my authorization's only good through September. So how does that work? So my doctor's office is supposed to handle it. I haven't heard shit today, so I'm going to have to do phone calls tomorrow. I'll probably be a bit crazy tomorrow. So yeah, that was like really devastating, because I'm having these symptoms still and I don't know what to do with it, but I'm just trying to manage it as best as I possibly can. Because the nerve pain medication that, or the medication that the last neurologist gave me for nerve pain, it's actually an antidepressant, really, that can also be used for treating seizures. But if you stop taking it suddenly, it can cause seizures. So I really kind of need a neurologist to review and see how the process is going. But in the meantime, I've just asked my primary care physician to um, redo my prescription, so that way I can have medication until I can see a neurologist. So that's kind of what I'm doing. But I was laughing because I was looking at this and I'm just noticing that some of the side effects from this medication are suicidal thoughts, and increased anxiety or depression. If it's like, basically, if you're having increased depression, anxiety, panic attacks, trouble sleeping, which I've been having that this last month. And so I'm like a little concerned if I should still be on this medication, but what the fuck, I'm still taking it. Because, yeah, but it's not helping with my back pain, so I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. That's life. Life is happening for me. And until I can get with a neurologist. And so I figure, was it my tools, my tool belt for dealing with PMS and dealing with moments where I'm dealing with emotions that are too intense is I'm going to sing and I'm going to be making these videos, just so that I can give myself the space to go process and get through things. Those will be some things on my tool belt, um, as well as still continuing to see my therapist and calling friends. So that's what I got for right now. Just wanted to post an update because I don't think I've done one in a while. All right, till next time. Peace.